Okay, we're going to now move beyond just a simple blog in WordPress and make it look more like a professional website that you custom made. Now, as I've stressed many times, there's only so much you can do per each theme when you're working directly on WordPress.com. But that still gives us quite a bit that we can do. So let me just show you quickly what the goals here are for like your first process check. So we're going to change the text title of the website. We're going to add a couple pages. We're going to create a menu. We're going to change the default page to one of the pages that you just added, so it no longer comes up at the blog. And then we're going to work on changing themes around. Now that's for a process check for an assignment grade. And remember that any changes that you make can easily be reversed. So if your goal is to design more of a blog and just maybe have like an about page or something, you can certainly change that back for the finished project. But I just want to test you, make sure that you can do this so that in case a client in the future asks you to create a simple site for them in WordPress, you can do it no problem. So let's look at changing the title text first. And remember, all you have to do is go to your site, put the /, add admin, and then it will allow you to log into the site. I'm already logged in, so it skipped the login screen. So I'm going to go down here to settings and then general, and under site title, instead of having it all crammed together and no capitals, I'm going to go ahead and change that. And then I'm also going to experiment with the tagline. Go ahead and try this. You may want to take it out later on. Each page that we go in, I'll just quickly scroll through it a little bit just like that so you can see, oh, that's how I changed the time format or whatever. But we don't have time to go into every little nitty-gritty thing. If you're a second-year student and you're focusing on WordPress, then of course you'll want to become an expert at it. And here's something else you might want to experiment with. Now keep in mind that your theme may not support this, so you may not even be seeing it depending on what theme you have selected right now. I go down to the bottom here, and then I'm going to click on Save Changes. And sometimes I like to just click on the tab here and then open up a version of the front end of the site. Now it still has it, I'm still logged in, so it's still going to show me the edit button. But so there you can see that's the change we made there and the change we made on the tagline. The next thing on the list was to add some pages. So since I just am in a tab format, I'll just tab over here to go to the back end of the website, go to Pages, and click Add New. Now you'll find that this is very similar to Posts Add New. Looks very much like it when you get in here, but this is going to be an actual static page that you're adding. Now you can see that there's an About page here, but if we hover over it and click on Edit, you can see that we didn't make this. This was already put in here. I can tell by the text there. So I'm going to go back to just the basic pages just by clicking there, and I'm going to put a check mark there, and I am going to, under bulk actions here, I'll select Move to Trash and then Apply. And that, by the way, is how you get rid of multiple pages. If there were more than one pages there, we would just check, 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 and then select our bulk, edit, and then apply it. Now we're going to add our new page. So I will make a About page and then go ahead and populate it just like I would a blog. And if you want to restructure the hierarchy of the page, here's some things to keep in mind. The word up here in the title will be an H1, a large tag. But let's say that you wanted this bit of text here to be a little bit more pronounced. You have the option of making it bold and or making it, say, an H2 tag. If you wanted to add an image, very similar to what you've already done, click Add Media. If you already have an image that you want to use in here, you could go ahead and select it, and just for demo purposes, I'll click on one here. And remember, you may want a caption on it, and for screen readers, the alt text, and depending on your theme, you may or may not want a description. And then you can choose an alignment right off the bat, and you can choose, if you go down a little bit further here, if you want the image to become a link, but also the size. So it kind of decides for you that it's going to put a medium view of the image, but you can choose a large, or you can choose to put the full size image in there. So let's just go with the medium for now. We'll click on Insert into Page, and we can see there it is centered. But let's say that we didn't like that. We can just click on it here, and we get these options, and we can then move it to the left or the right, or just let it default align. And if we said, I really would like to have a bigger image in there, we can go ahead and click Edit, and of course here's to remove it, but let's click Edit. Let's go in here and let's change the size up to large, and then click on Update, and voila. So then once we're happy with the page, we click on Publish, take a couple seconds, and our page will be published. We go preview our site. Where is the page? Where is at least a link to the page? Well, depending on what theme you have, and remember, as you start checking out each other's themes and such, the name of the theme is down here, and I'm using the 2016 theme, and it doesn't populate a menu by default. Some of them do. As you make a page, they'll start to pop up across the top of the page or alongside of the page. But it doesn't even look like over here on the side is anything to bring us to the page. We won't worry about that for the time being. We'll go ahead and create our second page. So once again, I just want to make sure that I'm in Pages somehow, some way, and I'm finding the Add New link. And then we'll come up with the second page. And so I am going to have videos posted on this site. So I want to make sure that I'm consistent. Again, this will be an H1 tag, and just like before, in my case, I'm going to make this an H2 tag, and then I just go over here and publish. Okay, so now let's, well, you know what, while we're at it, let's add one more page here, contact page. And you can see right here, I'll just put my cursor here, but one of the big things we have right here is a contact form. And it's nice that your email is not exposed for web crawlers to grab. And in fact, they even claim that they filter out spam. You can add more fields if you want by clicking here. And then if you just wanted to make this even simpler, like they have a column here for websites, so they're assuming that you're going to be communicating with other WordPress people and want to share websites. But let's say I just want very simple. I can click on the minus sign here, and boom, now that one's gone. And then I just simply click here to add this form to my post. Shows up here. All this stuff, which doesn't look like the forms there, but trust me, when you click publish, and once we get a menu to go to the page, that will work. We also can just click on preview if we want, and we see what the contact page looks like. Okay, so let's go back. Let's close this up, go back to the back end of our site. And now let's make a menu that will show these three pages that we just made. So what we do is we go down here to Appearance and then Menus. Oh wait, maybe usually if it gives you this, it means that something isn't published. So just to make sure, I'm going to click Publish again. And then go to Appearance, Menus. Okay, it asks you to name the menu, and that's because certain themes allow you to have more than one menu type. So you can give it, no one's going to see this name, so just to know that it is indeed something that you created, you could call it, your name, like I'll call this Steve's Nav, and then we'll click Create Menu. Okay, and then you can see, for example, where do you want this menu to show up, as the primary menu, as a social link. So this particular theme offers these two options. So I'll click primary menu here. And then there's this option here to automatically add new top level pages to this menu, but it doesn't seem to work very well as the general consensus that I've read on this. I don't know why. You could try it if you wanted to, but I like to add the pages exactly where I want them in the menu anyway, so I'm not going to check that. Then I'm going to check, and I'm going to purposely leave out helpful videos for now since it's not ready. So I'm going to check here and here. I'm going to click Add to Menu. So essentially just add the pages that you want to add to your menu. Click Add Menu, and then here is your menu. We'll come back to this in a setting, or come back to this in a second. I'm going to click Save Menu. Now if we preview our site, there's our menu that's been added, so we can click Contact to get to Contact, click About. How do we get back to the home page? Well, we could put a home button, and we're going to hold off on that for a second. But know this, most websites, and you should probably do this yourself, usually the prominent part of the logo is typically a link back to the home page, and that's kind of become somewhat standard anymore. So I would do that on all your sites. So what if I want to change this? What if I want it to be About, then Videos, and then Contact? Well, let's go back to the back end of the website. Let's go back into Appearance and Menus, which is where we are right now. And then I will click on Helpful Videos. I'll click Add to Menu. That shows up in the menu, and now I can go ahead and just drag and drop to reorder these. And if you needed inverted pages, you can, or parent-child pages, you can just grab this and tuck it in like that, and then this would be that under About. In fact, let me do like this, which would mean you'd have one menu item. When you hover the mouse over it, it drops down and shows these two sub items. I don't want that, so I'm just going to drag that back. Don't be stubborn. This may take, I might have to go like this, bring them up here, and then start reordering again. Okay, and once I have that in the order that I want, I just simply click on Save Menu again. Also move your menu around and make changes using this little drop down here. So if I wanted to move Helpful Videos up to the top, I can click there and it jumps to the top. If I want to move it down one, I can click there. I can change the navigation label, so even though the page was named Helpful Videos, that'd be confusing, but I could change it to something different here, and so on. And then when I'm done, I just click that again. If you want to create a menu item that doesn't actually take you somewhere, and that's helpful when you need the parent-child menus and you want the parent one only to be a drop-down, you can come over here and create a custom link, and in the URL just put a # in there, and then menu item, you can say like top level, and then I'll just go ahead and show you that real quick just in case someone needs to do that. And then once that's added to the menu, you could move it and then put your pages underneath. This is obviously wrong for this, but just to show you this real quick, we'll go ahead and we'll save it and preview it. So in this theme, this would look something like that. You got that little caret there that lets you know that this is just a drop down, and because I just put that hash mark in there, it's just a dummy link. It doesn't actually go anywhere if you click on it. If you did you could have a page there, but again, that would be confusing. So I'm going to go back and make that all normal again.